Good morning. My name is Vicki, and I am living my best life at the age of 75. So, do you sometimes feel like you're losing your mind? You can't remember where you put something or anything like that, and it's so frustrating. So, I've had some concerns for a few years about short term memory loss and the confusion that's caused sometimes, but I have done some research. First of all, I learned that dementia is a disease that's onset will occur before the age of 65. I'm 75 and I'm struggling a little bit with my memory. And I think we all do at some point. And so what I'm dealing with, I believe, is short-term memory loss, which is a situation where you're just a little bit forgetful. I was concerned enough that I went to the hospital to a place where they evaluate memory loss, and I took a very intensive test to see where I was at with my memory loss. And after the test, the person told me that our body at my age, we process things much slower. So when someone says something to you, then sometimes it may take a little bit for you to understand what they're saying. And so the therapist just told me that what I should do is to be a very good listener, and to also take my time before responding, or if I am not sure what is being said to me, to ask the person to repeat it. And so that's helped me quite a bit. I've learned to be very deliberate in the things that I do, whether I'm driving or doing a task or anything else. I just find that I need to be very deliberate in what I'm doing. However, it has caused some problems for me in the past. I don't know if I've shared this with you before, but I am still a full-time realtor at the age of 75. And so I help a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers. And I absolutely love it, which is why I'm still doing it. I would go crazy if I was just sitting around the home and not having something that makes me happy to do. So anyway, I'm still a realtor. And so it's embarrassing sometimes if I make the wrong comment or something like that. And I've kind of joked about it and said, well, that's a Vicism, and so one of my coworkers said something, and it was kind of funny, and so I kidded her and said, oh, well, you're having a Vicism moment. And so we kind of laugh about it, but it is kind of inconvenient, but it is what it is. You just have to deal with it and do the best that you can do. But I would recommend that maybe you get yourself evaluated. The difference is that as far as for short-term memory, it just involves difficulty remembering recent events, information, names, or conversations, and that's pretty common as we age. But dementia, that's different. It occurs prior to the age of 65, and that is a progressive brain disease. So there are several types of dementia. One is Alzheimer's, which I'm sure that we're all familiar with. Another is front temporal dementia. Another is vascular and genetic mutations. And basically, that's an impaired judgment. It's a change of language. It's a problem with reasoning and problem solving. And there's also a personality change that goes with that. So that is much more serious and should be much easier to diagnose. So if you can study the similarities and disassimilations between the two conditions, I think you'll feel better about whether or not feel more confident about whether or not you're having short-term loss or the onset of dementia. What I think is more important is how you deal with it. And so I'm sharing more and more information with my family. And the way I choose to deal with it is I'm going to expect my family to be very understanding and let them know that it's out of my control. If it gets worse, it's out of my control. There's not a darn thing I can do about it. But they can treat me kindly, and they can maybe not try to correct me. So if I say something, and let's say that I've said something to them, 5 minutes ago, and then I say it again because I don't remember I had that conversation with them, then I need for them not to correct me, just to probably give me a minute to make the statement and agree or disagree. That's the kinder thing to do, I think. And as we grow older, it's really about making decisions about how we're going to live our life to the point where we're happy and that we're still getting the respect and dignity that we deserve from our families and the people that we associate with. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. I hope you're having a great day. So until next time, take care.